Hello ladies, businesswomen, working moms. Welcome to another Thursday Live. As every week, I'm here with tips and tricks on how to stay productive, save time, money, while leveling up and increasing time freedom. I want you to really pay attention to my lovely flower here. It's so beautiful. I'm just going to put it right here in your face so you see how beautiful it is. All right, moving on. So how to manage it all? How to juggle different priorities? How to prioritize? How to know what's important and what can wait? This is today's topic, and if these questions are something you want answers to, stay connected. So let me dive right in. As women, we tend to give more of ourselves than we can afford sometimes. And by that, I mean that we forget to fill our cup first before we can overflow and give to others. Does that sound like you? I'm talking about work, business, household, family, children. These are all our priorities. But what about ourselves? Do we find time for ourselves? Unfortunately, less than we should. And mostly it happens because we put other people's priorities into our calendar. First of all, if you don't plan your day, someone else will plan it for you. Has that ever happened to you? And let me tell you one more thing. If you don't find the time in your day to put yourself in, you will fill that time with something else. With work, household stuff, anything else but yourself. Because there's always something to do, right? Like washing the floor, changing sheets, cleaning the windows. I feel like sometimes we have forgotten how to be in the silence with ourselves, how to ground our thoughts and just be in the moment without running to do the next important thing that absolutely can't wait. So the first point I want to bring your attention to is that first step on my list, if you want to juggle multiple priorities and still keep your sanity, is to put everything that you need to do in your calendar. And hear me out, because it's very easy to keep adding to your to-do list. But the problem with that is that it doesn't have limits. You can just add and add. It can go out of control very fast, very easily. However, if you put your to-do list in your scheduler, in your planner, in your calendar, you are pushed to find time for each task. And once you run out of time, you can't add any more because you can't physically create more time in the day. We all have the same amount of hours. And this leads to simply more effective prioritizing. Because you have to then choose what you decide to spend your time on and how much you can afford to spend on each task. You might say that it puts too much pressure to prioritize and figure out how to fit it all in your to-do list in your schedule in a day or two. But that's the beauty, because once you start to practice scheduling instead of adding to your to-do list, you become a more effective prioritizer. You are simply forced to choose between what is more important and what tasks will move the needle and what can be eliminated for good. It's such an effective practice, and if you want to learn about other things that can help you lessen your workload, without sabotaging success, but actually increasing it, check out my last week's video. Check out my last week's live where I give advice exactly on that. And in fact, working smarter will only increase your success, because you will be more skilled to prioritize, to understand what's more important, what deserves your attention during the hours you have, and what doesn't. Of course, we all have other responsibilities besides our business, our work, like our families, our children, our self-care. For crying out loud, we need that. And my answer again is to schedule it all in your day. And I hear you say, oh my God, do I really need to schedule everything? Like meditation, journaling, exercise, brushing my teeth, being? My answer is no. You don't have to schedule every single tiniest thing you do every single day. You will go crazy. And I want quite the opposite for you. So what I'm talking about here is to schedule what's important to you. What makes you better? If it's meditation, yes, you absolutely have to schedule it in. If it's journaling, yes, you absolutely have to schedule it in. If it's exercise, you absolutely have to schedule it in. Every person should have time for exercise in their day. And I'm not talking about spending 2 hours in the gym. It's body movement, going out for a walk with your dog, having a bike ride, etc. It can be something very simple and something that you enjoy instead of doing push-ups. Do you know what I mean? Because let me remind you again, if you don't plan your day, someone else will plan it for you. If you don't schedule yourself in your day, you will always find something else, something important to do. What? Like, aren't you important? Third point. This, my friends, is how you juggle multiple priorities. I actually only had 2 points. My first point was to schedule things, to schedule your work responsibilities, your work to-do list in your planner. And then also put all the other stuff that, like your children, family, yourself, into that schedule as well. Because if you don't plan your day, someone else will plan it for you. And there we go. This is how you juggle multiple priorities. I hope that helped. I hope that brought maybe a new perspective to things, gave you some boost to look at your schedule, at how you are spending your time, and gave you ideas on how you can improve that. Let me know in the comments. And if you want some deeper understanding, some more knowledge, a group power session for women who are juggling work, life, children themselves to create more balance without really cutting things off is happening this month. And it's all about embracing these 3 aspects, finding time for each of them without burning ourselves out. It is a 2-hour power session, and if you would like to know more, let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM and let's connect. I will see you next week with more tips on how to level up, work less without sabotaging your success. Have a great rest of the day.